Go.
Greedy, greedy triangle.
Yes. So this is the book, The Greedy Triangle, written by Marilyn Burns. Okay, I think you're familiar with this book, so you might help me out with it. So here's the little triangle. How come he's a triangle? What about him says I'm a triangle? Do you know? He has 1, 2, 3
points.
sides. Yes, 3 sides and 3 points. You're right. So once there was a triangle that was, at most, triangles are always busy, as most. The triangle spent its time holding up roofs, supporting bridges, and making music in a symphony orchestra, catching the wind in its sailboats, and being a slice of pie and half of a sandwich, and much, much more. Can you find any of those shapes that we're talking about? What do you see in the pictures?
I see, hold on.
Wait, what is that thing? What's that?
Pie, sandwich, sailboat, roof, and
this is
a triangle instrument.
Yeah, we call this a musical triangle, and you can ring it. Have you ever rung a triangle bell?
No.
All right. The triangle's favorite thing, however, was to slip in place when people put their hands on their hips, and that way I always hear the latest news, it said, which I can tell my friends. So look at when the person puts there's their elbow, they put their hand.
You gotta hold it up a little bit. Yeah, there you go.
Okay.
Oh, there's
they put their hand on their hip, and what does it form?
A triangle.
A triangle. And so the triangle is listening in on the conversations. The triangle's friends liked hearing the news. Oh, who are the triangle's friends? Can you see them?
Semicircle, spiral, and diamond.
And diamond. Very good. And what are they doing?
Eating cake.
Yes. Yum. Do you like to eat cake?
Yes.
Yes, me too. Maybe I'll make a cake after this. Can I make a triangular cake?
Yes.
One day, the triangle began to feel dissatisfied. I'm tired of doing all the same old things, it grumbled. There must be more to life. So the triangle went to see the local shapeshifter. How may I help you, the shapeshifter asked the triangle. I think if I have one more side and one more angle, my life would be more interesting. That's easy to do, said the shapeshifter. So what is the shapeshifter going to turn the triangle into?
A square.
A square. How many sides does a square have?
4. One more than a triangle.
One more, you're right. So poof, the shapeshifter turned the triangle into a quadrilateral. Quadrilateral also means 4 sides.
Quad means
quad. Quad means 4. And then here we are over here. So life changed in wonderful ways. The quadrilateral was happy with all the new things it could do. The quadrilateral could be a baseball diamond. Wow, because that has how many sides?
4.
4 sides. Or first, second, or third base. It could take the position on a checkerboard or a chessboard. It could be a television screen, a computer screen, a movie.
That's a rectangle.
What else?
The TV is a rectangle.
You're right. It totally is a rectangle. It could frame a window or a picture and much, much more. Can you see those shapes?
Yep.
Yes. What shapes are you seeing there?
I see it can turn into a popcorn box.
Do you remember what we call this shape of the baseball diamond?
A hexagon.
No. But then what happens when it's elongated the other way?
Oh, I forgot that one.
You just said it about TV.
We just learned it yesterday.
Rhombus.
Oh, fancy. Another quadrilateral. Rhombus.
It's a sideways diamond.
Oh, yes. And what other shapes are quadrilaterals, are four sides? Can you think of anything else?
We knew a rectangle.
A house.
Well,
Okay, there we go.
well, you said a rhombus, but then also did we actually say the other side, the other way the rhombus goes?
It can go like a diamond.
And a diamond.
Nice. There we go.
Quadrilateral.
So what happens next? The quadrilateral's favorite thing, however, was to be the pages of a book. Oh, like this. I learned so many interesting stories that way, it said, which I can tell my friends. And there it is, hanging out with its friends. The quadrilateral's friends love hearing the stories, just like Elijah. So the quadrilateral still has the same friends. You said semicircle, and what'd you call this shape?
Semicircle.
Oh, semicircle. And then what's this one?
Diamond.
Diamond. What's that one?
Spiral.
Spiral.
It's
Okay.
actually a hard one.
A what?
A harder one.
Oh, yes. But one day, the quadrilateral began to feel dissatisfied. I'm tired of doing the same old things, it grumbled. There must be more to life. So the quadrilateral went back to the shapeshifter. How may I help you? The shapeshifter asked the quadrilateral. I think if I just had one more side and one more angle, said the quadrilateral, my life would be so much more interesting. That's
Really?
easy to do. How many sides would he have if he had one more?
5.
5. And what do you know what we
That's
call that?
my age.
It's a what?
It's my age.
Oh, poof. The shapeshifter turned the quadrilateral into a pentagon. How many sides does a pentagon have?
5.
5 sides. Life changed in wonderful ways. The pentagon was happy with all the new things it could do. On a baseball diamond, the pentagon could be the home plate. And it could be the section of a soccer ball. There he is being a soccer ball.
Oh, yeah.
And or it could appear whenever someone was drawing a 5-pointed star. Do you see the star?
Over here?
Star of David.
No,
Oh,
this is
yes,
a
the Star of
5-pointed
David
star.
has
The
6
star is
points,
6.
actually. Oh, yeah, you were saying that, Lisa.
No, it's
The
okay.
Pentagon's favorite thing, however, was when it was at the headquarters of the United States military near Washington, D.C. I hear all the top secrets that way, it said. It's too bad I can't tell them to my friends. The Pentagon's friends couldn't help feeling left out. Oh, do you see the friends? They're all sad because why? Why are they sad?
He gets to know the secret.
Yeah, the Pentagon is the place where we have in Washington, D.C.
Mhm.
After a while, time seemed to pass slowly for the Pentagon, and it became dissatisfied. I am tired of doing the same old things, it grumbled. There must be more to life.
Why? You get to know the secret.
I know, right? So the Pentagon went back to the shapeshifter. So you're here again, the shapeshifter said to the Pentagon. Now what would you like? I think I just need one more side and one more angle, said the Pentagon, and my life would be so much more interesting.
You mean
So that-
hexagon?
Oh, yes, the hexagon. It's going to become a hexagon. You're right, because that's 6 sides. Poof! The shapeshifter turned the Pentagon into a
Hexagon.
hexagon. Good, hexagon. There he goes. He got shifted. Life changed in many wonderful ways, and the hexagon was happy with all the new things it could do. The hexagon fit on the floor tiles in the house and the patio and fancy crackers at parties and picnics. And it worked at the sockets of a certain bolts and the prongs of a certain wrench. See, oh, there's a, what do we have here?
Snowflake.
Snowflake, and then those are what?
Hexagons.
Yeah, crackers.
Cookies.
Cookies. And do you know why hexagon would be in a beehive?
Because all the honey is made out of
You're right. The honey, we call that honeycomb. And the honeys make the honeycomb into hexagons. That's like magic. I can't believe they can do that. They're so smart. They're so good at math. The hexagons, what's that?
So good, he says.
Yeah, the hexagon's
Sorry.
The hexagon's favorite thing, however, was to be the cells of a beehive. I love watching the bees as they buzz in and out, it said. The hexagon spent so much time in the beehive, it was too busy to talk to its friends, and the friends missed the hexagon and couldn't help feeling ignored. Do you see the little friends on the bench? What do they look like? How do they feel? What's wrong with them? Why are they sad?
Because they don't get to spend time with their friends.
I know, he's too busy. He's a busy bee. You see what I did there? Again and again, the shape became restless, dissatisfied, unhappy with its life. Again and again, it returned to the shapeshifter for more sides and more angles. The shapeshifter agreed to turn it into one shape after another. A heptagon. Do you know how many sides a heptagon has?
Heptagon?
A billion.
Well, it has one more than 6, right? So 6. 7. And then an octagon. How many sides does an octagon have?
8.
And then a nonagon.
9.
And a decagon. 10. Good. Wow, good counting. Finally, the shape had many sides and many angles. And its sides were so small that it had trouble keeping its balance. Its friends couldn't help or tell which side it was on and began to avoid the shape. Do you see the friends in the background?
Yeah.
And it's just getting all wobbly. What does it mean that it doesn't have its balance?
That's gonna fall down the hill.
Oh, you think so? You must have read this book before. One day, when the shape was going down a hill, it began to roll faster and faster it went, screeching around the corners, crashing into fences and trees, colliding into bicycles, and terrifying walkers. What's going to happen to this poor guy? You know?
Bam!
Bam! At last, the shape came to a stop. It felt tired, dizzy, lonely, and sad. Enough, thought the shape. I don't know which side is up. I can't keep my balance. My friends don't want me around. The shape could no longer remember why it was so unhappy as a triangle. Very carefully, it made its way back to the shapeshifter. Aren't you happy yet? The shapeshifter asked. I want to be a triangle again, said the shape. I'm not surprised, said the shapeshifter. Poof! The shapeshifter turned the shape back into a
triangle.
You're right. And the triangle was delighted to have its old shape back again and kept itself very busy. Once again, it held up roofs, supported bridges, made music in the symphony orchestra, caught the wind in the sailboats, became slices of pie and half of a sandwich, and so much more. Can you see any shapes?
Pyramid.
Pyramid, yes. And here's the roof, right?
Yep.
And
Here's a sailboat.
Sandwich. Do you see the sandwich and the pie?
Yes.
Still, the triangle's favorite thing was to slip into place when people put their hands on their hips. That way I always hear the latest news, it said, which I can tell my friends. Its friends liked hearing the news and were glad the triangle was back to its old shape again. And that's it. That's the end of the greedy triangle.
Yay.
What do you think, Elijah? What's your favorite part of the book?
Oh, that pie.
All that pie.
If they showed us him in that circle with the bagel, I would be too in to eat that book.
Cute.
Wait, if
And
it
if
was
it,
a
only if
circle-
it had butter on it, though.
a buttered
Oh,
bagel
butter.
and a piece of pie.
Yum. Well, that was really fun, you guys.
Thank